Hello everybody and welcome to another day of incredible World Cup action. The drama started a little bit earlier than usual today with some incredible losses and some sad teams getting kicked out of the tournament. But you know, things are going to look up. We're going to recap all of the action as well as take a look at some of the best of social as well. And of course, make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of the video to find out the giveaway code for our awesome giveaway. This is another episode of SOCCER.COM Live. Hello everybody and welcome to the SOCCER.COM Live Studio. I am Cole here with Adam and Martin. Guys, we got our drama out of the way early.
Yeah, we did. It was a very, very surprising, tense, and just frankly, another World Cup morning.
I will say this is probably the first World Cup where I can sit back and just look and I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea who's going to win a game. I have no idea what's going to happen at the end of the day.
I think it comes down to the U.S. not being in it. I think
we'll go with that.
Maybe there's just no order. But I think honestly at this point, I'm not going to say I'm glad the U.S. isn't in it, but it is an opportunity for us to be neutrals, complete neutrals, and just root for chaos.
Some of us.
Yeah.
So anyway, we are going to start with the early morning games from the day. If you guys missed it, I'm sorry, spoilers are coming. Prepare for heartbreak. Germany is officially out of the World Cup.
If you're German.
If you're German, huge relief. Yeah. It actually is striking me how similar. Sorry, on a small tangent. How similar it is right now. Mexico with Koreans. How they're just like, thank you to what Mexico was to USA, and Graham Zusi back when he scored the goal against Panama to send Mexico to the 2014 World Cup.
Yeah. They really needed a favour, and Korea stood. Korea had an amazing game. They beat Germany 2-0.
Defensively, they played it as basically exactly how you're supposed to against the German side.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you've also got to say Germany will rue their chances. When they went back because you had a couple opportunities, especially towards the end in the last 20 minutes with Timo Werner, you had Mats Hummels, which
has had like 5
yes, which you'd like to see him finish that, but he is center back. You can't rely on your center back to be the main striker unless you're Argentina.
Fair enough. So obviously Germany lost 2-0 to South Korea. Hong-Min Song with that great finish at the very end.
Open net.
Yeah. Neuer getting a little overzealous there, a little overambitious. But Korea brought home a win. So it was great for them to go out on a high note.
Fully deserved.
Kind of like what Peru was the other day. Moving on though, Mexico. One I did not expect either. Getting blown out by Sweden 3-0. Definitely not something I would have put money on before this happened.
No, I mean when you look at it, I'm shocked that Mexico played the way they did, and you could say Sweden were top of the group, and it is deserved when you look back at how they played, especially against the defending world champions in Germany and now Mexico. They deserve to be at the top of the group. But I am a little bit disappointed with the way that Mexico played. I thought that maybe being 6 points clear, or 6 points after 2 games, that maybe they took the foot off the pedal a little bit, weren't as active in terms of effort defensively, and so I think they got punished for it. And I've got to say it left a lot to be desired, and I'm interested to see if they can recover against Brazil in the round of 16, because that's not going to be an easy match.
Completely agree there. Of course, you did mention Brazil, so we have to talk about them. Brazil 2-0 Serbia. Thought it was a little bit closer to what we were expecting from Brazil performance-wise.
Yeah, Brazil actually played really well. I think when you see the goal, Coutinho especially has been their talisman. People talk about Neymar being the guy for Brazil, and he's been great. He's been fine. But I think when you see the way Coutinho's played this tournament, you see some of the assists that he has, like the assist to Paulinho. Great touch from Paulinho, but the ball to even get him in that situation was incredible.
Yeah.
It's really good to see some of the other guys for Brazil, maybe not the main guys, even though Coutinho, you hardly say that he's a poor player, or a surprise playing well. But to see him be the guy for Brazil is really encouraging for Brazilian fans.
I completely agree. I mean, Neymar did a great job, a little bit more as the creator, more so than the actual goal scorer. I mean, you could tell he seemed so much more relaxed today, especially after that previous game, getting the goal in the World Cup. You could see his team was working with a little more. He was finding space a little better. I think it's just going to be a matter of time until everything clicks and Brazil are fully functioning going forward as the powerhouse.
And a question that I have going into the round of 16 is how will Mexico play Neymar in Brazil? Because we've seen some of the teams that have matched up against Brazil, the way they've been successful is just by hacking Brazil, some of their main players. So with Mexico a little bit in trouble with some of the yellow card situations with some of their players, they're going to be missing some two starters in today's game in that round of 16 matchup, and then yellow cards don't reset until after the 16 game. So if Juan Carlos Osorio wants them to be a little bit more physical against Brazil, we could see some players, if they advance, being suspended for that quarterfinal matchup.
That's going to be a very interesting tactical change or adaptation that Mexico might have to undertake. Definitely one to keep an eye out for the game going forward. Of course, the last game of the day, Switzerland versus Costa Rica, 2-2 tie. We saw VAR come into action again. It was very impressive for Costa Rica side tying a very strong Switzerland team.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't much to say about that game. It was a little bit of CONCACAF thunder at the end. Nice to see the Costa Ricans going home with a point at least. Nice to see an MLS goal today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Boston.
Vancouver Whitecaps.
But I was really impressed with Costa Rica play, but more so impressed with the way that Switzerland's handled this group stage. And they've just gone through it. And they're through. I mean, I don't know that many of us really would have said Switzerland are going to be this dominating force. I think in my bracket I chose Serbia just because of the way that Serbia plays. They're a little bit more physical. And Switzerland has shown that they're willing to really dig in and physically outmatch their opponents.
Yeah, at certain times during the group, you could definitely tell that at certain times Switzerland might have looked like potentially a group winner.
Yeah, and with players like Shaqiri and Shaka, and when you get some of these players like Zakaria and Bolo going, we could see a dangerous side a dangerous side facing up against some of the other teams in the knockout stages.
Alrighty, well that's everything that we have for recap from the field today. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with you guys from the goal tracker.
So an opening in the defence and achieved the hat-trick. It's one of the tournament's great goals. And this man is rampant now. He might have just won the cup for Germany.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the glorious wall of boots next to me here. Another interesting day with lots of goals being scored. Still, of course, Mercurial sitting on top of the goal, 46 goals, Silo. Nobody's catching it. I mean, let's be realistic here. Still in second place, the adidas with 12 goals, and in third place, we still have a tie for Hypervin and Predator. Below them with 7 goals, we have the United G, still with a few more being scored today in those later games. 5 goals apiece, we have the Adidas Nemeziz and the Puma 1. And of course, sitting 2 goals apiece, we have the Puma Future and New Balance Furon 4.0. And there are a few more at 1 goal apiece as well. But we're giving some love to the big scorers for the tournament. So, interesting time shaping up. Mercurial is just absolutely kind of taking the reins and moving very quickly with things, as we might say. But
yeah.
Anyway, moving on. A few promotions we have going on right now at SOCCER.COM. All the Adidas Telstar match balls are up to 30% off on sale, but with the code WCBall20, you'll get an extra 20% off that as well. Puts the official match ball right around $96. Don't think you guys can find a better deal than that. Anyway, great deal. I highly recommend you guys checking it out. Pretty awesome stuff. And of course, on top of that, we have a flash sale, 48-hour flash sale going on right now on a lot of our World Cup stuff. If you guys want to check it out, go to soccer.com/sale. Once again, soccer.com/sale. We'll drop the link in the comments section here. You guys will be able to check out all of the awesome World Cup stuff on our 48-hour flash sale. I'll put it myself, actually.
What are you going to get?
I'm sure, kind of like some scarves. I don't know. I've really been liking this World Cup trophy.
When we first got that in, you were shocked by how heavy it was.
I want to feel like a real pro.
The only American to ever do it.
There you go. Outside of the Coca-Cola sponsored people, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, we are going to move on and talk about some of the unique product that has actually come out over the past few days, and some that you will be seeing on field very soon in the World Cup, which is actually...
Speaking of that Telstar.
The new Adidas Telstar for the knockout stages. I'll hand you that one. And then I'm going to grab these bad boys. Actually, I really like these. These are the new Telstar goalkeeper gloves. And yes, this is one actual pair. One is black and white, one is black and red. Matches up rather perfectly with the ball, if I don't say so myself. I think it's a great look that Adidas has gone for. I think it's a subtle change, but I think it's a great looking change. Going from the original Telstar to the knockout stages.
Yeah, and it's something that we expected. Adidas has been doing this the past few years. And in addition to these, you've got the gloves, you've got the ball, you've also got that Predator Pro 18 Plus that is coming out in this colorway, which also looks really, really good in my opinion. So we don't have it here with us, but we do have it on site, so you can shop that right now. That's a good look, Cole. You're not a goal. You're not a keeper.
If only I was tall.
Yeah,
if only I was tall enough to be a keeper.
But I really like the way that they went with this. I really like the red, to be honest.
I do too. I think it's a great addition to the ball.
Yeah.
Definitely it changes it up just enough from the Telstar to make it a completely new look, and I kind of can't wait to get that out of the office and start kicking it.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure a few people might be upset we get the nice brand new crisp white ball a little dirty. They're made to be kicked.
Yeah.
Moving on, though, it is time to take a few questions from a few people in our audience. If we have anything good coming in, Martin, what do you got? Our team has been hard at work over here making sure that you guys only get the best from us.
Thanks for bearing with us. We do have a question here from Happy Errands. They are Predator 18. Bit of a
I would say you're going to get a little bit more padding out of the Predator 18 Plus. The X is very lightweight. It's a lot more structured, whereas the Predator is a lot softer through the upper, a little bit more compression based through the midfoot as well for that lockdown. For my personal preference, I'm hard pressed to find a better laceless boot than the X right now, just because the way they built the structure, the way they built that pure cut strike zone, everything to it, it's one of the best lockdown fits I've gotten from a laceless boot in a long time. I know some other people will prefer something different like a Nemeziz or a Predator, but for my personal opinion, I typically choose to side with the X18 Plus.
Yeah, and I haven't worn the X18 Plus yet, so I don't know, but I have worn the Predator 18 Plus, and I think that is the best laceless boot I've ever worn. And I'm not a huge fan of the laceless boot in terms of I would rather wear a laced boot. But when I wore the Predator 18 Plus, I didn't really notice a difference. And I think that's what I look for when I'm looking for boots. I'm looking for something that I don't really have to think about. And the Predator 18 Plus was that for me. So I'd have to go with the Predator 18 Plus right now.
Fair enough.
Another boot-related question. What are the best $80 or under $80 cleats out there available? Cole, this might be a good question for you. You're a resident expert on cleats. If you were on a budget and looking to shop in, let's say 80 range or below, what would you go for? Or what would be some of the choices that you'd consider?
That's a tough question. I'm actually going to go with two Nike boots for you right now, one of which will probably hover right around $80 in the Nike Tiempo. That I believe that would be the
Legacy
Academy with their name change. I think it's going to be the Academy.
That's right.
It's still going to be a calfskin leather boot, still very soft, kind of keeps some of the same structure as that top tier $220, $250 boot. The other one I'm going to go for is actually it's priced a little bit over that, about $120, and it's the new Nike Mercurial Vapor Academy, or Vapor Pro. I believe it's about $120. It's basically the Vapor 11. So basically when Nike redid their silos and brought in the Superfly 6 and Vapor 12, they basically took the same thing, the boot that was the Vapor 11, and just put it in as a takedown to the current Vapor Elite. And so if you guys get a chance, it is a little bit more pricey than the $80. It's about $120, I believe, maybe $150 on the high end. But you're basically looking at the Vapor 11 in a Vapor 12 colorway.
And I'll add one more to that. The Nike Premier 2.
That's a great
boot.
It is a great boot.
Not much in terms of, gimmicks or technology, but it is a classic, no frills, get the job done boot. I love it.
Yeah, why you say that, just the classic no frills, you can't forget the Copa Gloro.
Right.
Adidas's Copa Gloro and Nike's Nike Premier, both are kind of one and the same. I mean, they're a base kangaroo leather boot. Nike's got the fold-over tongue, kind of harkening back to that Tiempo 2. Adidas brought back the fold-over tongue with that elasticness, kind of brings you back the Predator vibes. I've worn them both personally, love them both. They're both very, very comfortable boots, hover around the $110, $120 price range. If that's something you guys are looking for, highly recommend it. There was actually a new colorway that just came out. I have an Adidas friend behind the scenes right now telling me to plug that. Black and blue looks really good.
It does.
So if you guys get a chance, it's on soccer.com right now. Highly recommend you check that out.
Or if just in general, if value is something you're looking for, certainly consider we have a lot of more higher end shoes, cleats, that are on sale.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they may not be quite $80, but they're going to be some significant savings, around the low 100, over $100-ish. If you want more of an elite level cleat, there are some really good cleats out there, some older colorways perhaps, that you could definitely go to soccer.com sale and take a look at.
That gives me an idea. Adam, you and I, right now, we're going to do our top 2 boots to find on sale. If you were to go out and buy 2 boots right now from soccer.com,
let's see.
What would be the 2 boots you'd go for? Let's go for 1 game day boot and 1 practice boot.
Okay, well, for a game day boot on sale, depending on how much on sale, you've got $100 off.
Let's do $220 max price.
Okay, $220 max price. Right now, you've got the Cold-Blooded Predator 18 Plus for $199.99, which is
a steal.
$100 off from where it started.
Guys, if I knew you were going to do this, we could have got graphics ready.
I know.
Fair enough. We're apologizing.
All right.
We apologize.
You just have to remember what these cleats look like. We'll drop some links in the bio, in the comments as well.
And another one for me, probably that Messi 17 Nemeziz is $160 right now.
Yeah,
which
that's
is a
nice
great
one
deal.
too.
Yeah.
From my standpoint, I think the Predator 18.1 is definitely a must look at. And then I'd probably have to say maybe a Puma Future. I
great
think
shout.
Puma Future it's a very underrated boot. Or if you're looking at a Nike Hypervenom, one of the low cuts, I think any one of those 3 are going to be. I mean, it's a top tier boot for a lower tier price.
Right.
And I think they'll serve you very well. But moving on, we do have, I think, a few more questions. I'm actually going to propose this one to Martin from Alexis Ramirez. Who do you have winning the World Cup with the teams that have advanced thus far? And we can pull the teams. I know the cup is coming home. For tournament's sake, let's say England, Belgium do advance tomorrow, depending where they do.
Right.
Who do you have winning the cup so far?
The way that the bracket is shaping up, Brazil. Okay, so let's say England don't win. I mean, England are going to win the World Cup.
Right.
But let's just
Hypothetically.
For
argument's sake, let's say they don't. The Brazil, the way that bracket has shaped up with Germany, that side of the bracket is shaped up with Germany no longer being on that side. Brazil would be a favourite for me. And then on the other side, I actually picked I believe I picked a Brazil-Spain final. And for me, that's still a very serious possibility.
It's very realistic, yeah.
France, on the other side of the bracket, are also very strong. So I in my bracket, I'm going to stick with that.
So I think we you mentioned Belgium. The interesting thing with that is I think actually the game, the team that has the best shot at winning the World Cup is going to be the team that loses, because the second place team coming out of that bracket is going to end up playing whoever they play from Group H, which either team coming out of Group H should be beaten by England. Beyond that, the winner of Group G, that England group, is going to play the winner of Brazil, Mexico in the quarterfinals, whereas the second place team, the winner of Switzerland. So if I'm going to G, I'm going to come out 16 game and then have to face Sweden or Switzerland rather than playing Brazil or Mexico.
So in the England-Belgium game tomorrow, it's not going to be surprising if we see each team banging in goals. Yeah. There you go. World Title. We're going to take a quick break with you guys with some of the best of social and more questions for you. So stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome back to SOCCER.COM Live. Cole here with Adam and Martin, and it is now time to take a look at some of the best of social from the day's actions. And the first one we have here is actually from, ironically, another guy named Adam.
Yeah, great name. Tony Kroos, the other day, after his world-class strike, tweeted a picture of him and his team celebrating and said, "Still alive," and someone quote tweeted it today and said, "Update, dead," which... You know, if you're a German fan, you hate to see that. But
and then, judging by the amount of retweets and likes he got on that, I would agree with his next comment, saying I think the Brazilians liked this tweet quite a lot.
Speaking of the Brazilians liking this tweet quite a lot, we've got a tweet from Fox Sports Brazil, just 240 characters of ha 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 ha. A little bit of payback from that 7-1 defeat in 2014.
I feel like they need that after 2014's results.
2 hours went by, 108,000 likes, and I'm sure that number is a lot higher right now.
That is absolutely incredible. Very high numbers for something like that. The next one we have is from Squawk of Football for the day. The reigning World Cup holders have been knocked out of the group stage in 4 of the last 5 tournaments. Of course, in 2002, we saw that happen with France. In 2010, we saw it with Italy. 2014 with Spain. And 2018 now with Germany. Pretty...
It once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just we'll probably get knocked out in the group stage.
4 years old.
Next 4 years. 4 years.
We have 4 years worth of people calling us.
The way the Champions League get knocked out, and then Real Madrid came through and won 3 in a row. So when are we going to see maybe a World Cup repeat? We haven't seen it in
probably England.
40 years.
In 4 years.
England, Russia, and England, Qatar, and then USA 2026, right?
Yep. I think the Qatari climate favors England.
Yes, we'll leave it at that.
We'll
leave it at that.
I will say one interesting thing to keep in mind with this is after the 2006 World Cup when Germany got knocked out, you remember they went through and planned a 10-year, basically like a 10-year...
A rebuild.
Right. For their German federation, and it turned, I mean, look what happened in 2014. It worked incredibly well.
Yep.
And I think this maybe could cause something similar to happen. So, I mean, in 2022, we could be looking at another very strong German squad.
The interesting thing about that is that the German side back then that failed pretty miserably and caused that big revolution was actually just a not very talented team.
Right.
And that was the problem. This team has a lot of talent in it. They just didn't play very well, and maybe more of a managerial change is what's needed. I mean, we're talking about a Germany team that has won consistently at youth levels. So the talent is still coming through, and I'm not sure there are structural problems with the German setup.
I think it's
actually the model
changes,
for a lot of FAs and leagues around the world. I think it may just be time for Love to move on, for there to be just a fresh perspective on this team, maybe a couple of players to retire and then to inject some of that team that did great in the Confederations Cup.
Alrighty, well there you have it from our resident expert Martin. Last tweet from the day from FIFA World Cup, with Costa Rica scoring today, Kendall Watson banging in that header there. That means all 32 teams have now scored at the 2018 World Cup. Pretty good stat there. It's nice to see that. Nice to see. Every team goes home with a goal.
At least.
At least one goal.
And Costa Rica went home with a point.
That's right, yeah. Every team has gone home with a goal. Somebody should have a match ball for every team. There we go. That's a happy note to end on for all of us across the board. But it is now time for us to give something away. And you know what?
As is tradition.
As is tradition on Soccer.com Live. With the incredible result yesterday, Messi in Argentina.
I've been watching that goal.
Oh, it's still absolutely incredible.
Today.
The way he twisted his body at full sprint, taking the touch off the thigh and off the toe, all in one stride, and then banging it home like that is otherworldly.
I mean, I saw a tweet yesterday that said, maybe 10 players in the world can bring that down on their thigh, and those are just the elite players in the world, but only one player can bring that second touchdown on his foot, and that's what makes Messi
right
Messi.
In stride as well. So, in honor of that victory yesterday, we're going to give away a pair of Messi's adidas Nemeziz boots. Great looking boot, bright green, sole plates reflective enough you can do your makeup and your hair in it, so if you so choose. Just putting it out there for everyone. Great boot overall. If you guys want to have a chance of winning it, go to, I believe is it soccer.com/adidas?
It's actually soccer.com/Messi.
There you go.
We're going to send you to his player
Messi.
page. You'll have to scroll down as usual. The sign-up form will be near the bottom of that page. Put in your details. Include the password.
There was only one password that.
Well, we had an internal vote, and I believe it was 3-0 in favor of GOAT being the passcode. So put that passcode in, even if you disagree with it, and you'll be entered to win a pair of Messi Nemeziz cleats from Adidas.
I highly recommend it. I really do.
They're good boots.
Well, we've got that out of the way. Let's do one more question before we take off for the day.
All right.
And I'm going to do another one from Ramirez here. Who do you guys think is taking home the golden boot? Obviously, we have Harry Kane and Cristiano Ronaldo sitting at the top with Lukaku right behind. Who do you guys think?
I mean, we talked a little bit in an earlier show about how the golden boot, you have to have the perfect mix of going deep in the tournament while also being on a good team and being able to score. And I think this is not really giving you a complete answer, but whoever loses this England-Belgium game tomorrow, if England lose, I'm backing Harry Kane. If Belgium lose, I'm backing Lukaku.
You see, I think I'm going to back Lukaku no matter what. I'd love to back Harry Kane because I think England have the ability to make him a golden boot winner. But I just think Lukaku's natural ability and his size are going to give him an advantage over Harry Kane. I mean, we already know who you'd like to go with.
You're free to have that opinion, Cole.
So I think Martin meant you have an opinion,
but it's the wrong one.
Well, see, the thing is though, Harry Kane has 5 more matches, I think, to do it in. So, it's
the cup is coming home.
The
cup is coming home.
I can't wait until they lose.
Oh my gosh. On that note, we are going to wrap up this episode of Soccer.com Live. As always, make sure you guys tune in to all the matches tomorrow. Interact with us on social media at SOCCER.COM. Have conversations with us. We're nice guys. We enjoy it. We're kind of funny sometimes. Every now
Unless
and then.
England loses tomorrow, in which case, just leave me alone.
Leave Martin alone. Adam and I will still be there.
Yeah. We'll be
anyway, make sure you guys keep up with all the action. Talk to us here on YouTube, and we will see you guys again tomorrow for another episode of Soccer.com Live. Have a great night.